These are very technical, very challenging concepts that you guys are picking up pretty quickly. I'll say that because you have good instructions, right? I can't come and give you to the level of jiu-jitsu that I know and teach to the level that I can unless he gives you guys a base understanding in which to learn. So your instructor's done a great job of your body mechanics and teaching you, and now it's just my job to share information, make some small adjustments. But I do say deficiency is your guide to enlightenment. Okay? What do I mean by that? Your opponent is usually your deficiency. They do something good. That means that they either had a tool in their toolbox that was something that you didn't understand. Try to problem solve it. Try to figure it out on your own. What did they do? Let them do it to you again. Feel what they did. The third time doesn't exist. If you feel like you're getting, stop them, ask them what they're doing, right? They'll explain it to you. In an open environment with an academy like this, the person wants to help you. They want to mentor you to be better.
My name is J.W. Wright. I'm a third-degree black belt in Gracie Jiu Jitsu. I grew up in a very rural part of Missouri, a little town called Stillville, Missouri, where there was no martial arts schools. There was really very little to do as far as athletics involving kids. So I always found myself gravitating to these martial arts movies and enjoying it, and knowing that when I got to a certain age, I'd like to do it. I got my license at 16, or I should say like 15 and a half, I got my permit. The very first thing I did with my permit was drive to a karate school. Like, we didn't know what jiu-jitsu was. Jiu-jitsu was still in Brazil, still in LA, being taught up in a garage. So the traditional martial arts is what I fell in love with. First seminar I found in Black Belt Magazine. Black Belt Magazine at the time was a pretty big publication for traditional martial artists. And they said UFC champion, 1993, 1994, Royce Gracie is going to be in Springfield, Missouri. I was like, what? I got to make this happen. So I saw via VHS tape UFC 2, and I got a couple of my buddies, and I said, hey, there's this guy that wrestles in pajamas that chokes everybody out. I have no idea what he's doing, but it's awesome, so we should go do it. What was really uncool is we got there to the facility, and there's no mats. There's carpet. At the end of the first day, like, our knees are bloody, our feet are all like just covered in blood because there's nothing there to protect us from the carpet and the rug burns. And me and a buddy, we decided that we could afford one day of a two-day training session, and we would buy a t-shirt. Each of us bought a t-shirt, had $20 for a t-shirt and the training session. At the end, we went up and said thank you to Master Royce, and his wife was a really nice person. And she's like, why are you guys leaving? And we're like, well, we're poor kids. We're 18. We have no money. Every 18-year-old can usually comprehend that. And she goes, well, why don't you guys stick around? She's like, you bought t-shirts. Maybe if you guys put together a little extra money. I'm like, listen, there's no extra money. Like, this is what we got. We got t-shirts. We got to train with your husband. We're awesome. We're cool. And she let us come back the next day for free.
I'm late. I should have blocked him. Sprawl. Get my grip. Pull his hands to the ground to get my arm in position. This is my grip, guys. Not around the arm. I'm in front of the arm, making my connection. From here, it's going to be hard to get around his arms. Push. There's the arch. There's my step. Lift the guard. Finish. In the altercations I have been in, it's probably there's been too many in my life, that if I have to choke someone, there's two places I go. The back or the guard. Okay? If I go to the guard, I already have their neck. I want you to think about that. If I can get the neck and then go to my guard, chokes happen fast. Right? If I go to my guard and then gotta go get the neck, we got a whole set of problems.
If you had a degree, why would you get a master's? If you went to a community college, why would I want to go to Harvard? Why would I want to pay more money to go someplace? It's a higher education. You're putting money and reinvesting into yourself from someone that's already been there, done that, made the mistakes, and went through the trials and tribulations of life to give you a better opportunity.
That creates an evolution of yourself. You don't know what you can do yet. You're still learning what your body mechanics and movement can do. Once you understand that, now you kind of got an open platform to work for. You just got to pick and choose techniques. Techniques are never ending.
What are you paying for? You're paying for my experiences. Over 20 years in the martial arts, a lot of situations and stories that I have that have been pretty funny and unique, where I've had to use the techniques that I show on a day-to-day basis and have those experiences and really understand the real-life applications, not just on the mat. Outside, when you walk out, when you think about self-defense, it means protecting yourself, right? You want to be in a position that you know you're going to walk home at night.
I take my hand like I'm going to chop it, but it's just really to connect. The same movement that you guys did with your hips today to get the collar choke in, I want you to watch what happens to his head just when I extend my hips. Okay? So my hand's here and I go, oh, there's my hand. Now, my other hand comes here and it holds the bicep. I can't push it away. I can hold it. Because now, once I hold it, I can bring my knee inside.
How most instructors make their living is competing or teaching. And what you find is if a competitor does something, they do it pretty well, other people want to learn that, and therein lies the seminar. So we're really teaching. As an instructor, I'm teaching you from my failures.
You guys, if you've never taken a pistol class, or you're scared of guns, or you feel uncomfortable, go take a class and educate yourself. I think it's really good, right? Guns are not a scary thing if you're educated on it.
I think if you're going to have a weapon, it's really naive to think that you don't know how to defend that weapon. One of the most powerful things that you can think in today's society is people having a weapon that can kill somebody and not really understand it, not understand how to keep it in their own possession. So I think that this day and age, especially, like we look at weapons defenses and being able to also defend from someone having a weapon is a pretty powerful tool. You're fighting against the odds, no doubt about it. Like there's no easy weapon defenses, and I hope my students or myself never are put in a situation where we have to really take it to that level. But in this day and age, we have to prepare ourselves. Prepare yourself for the worst, and you won't have to worry about it.
Isaac, come here, buddy. We're gonna put this
Orange
on.
rep.
Good deal, buddy. Congratulations. Let me go ahead and fill you up here.
Oh, nice.
Once they reach that first plateau as a blue belt, I'm in awe of them because they've made the biggest step, right? The biggest step is between white belt and blue belt, which is amazing to think. That's your first step. Why is it the biggest? Because you didn't quit. You didn't quit. You committed yourself to something that took a lot of time. What is a blue belt? A blue belt is just understanding what their body can do. They don't win all the time. They don't lose all the time, but they understand that Jiu Jitsu can work, and they understand that it should be efficient. It shouldn't be all muscle. Technique and leverage create strength. That's what Elio Gracie would say, the founder of Jiu Jitsu. What makes the purple belt? What makes that next jump? The purple belt is the elite of the elite. I always say that the purple belt, to me, always reminded me of the master martial artist in traditional, like the 4th and 5th degree masters, because what they did was something special. They put themselves in positions that they were always ahead. They were always winning. They were always dragging people into their game. They're the elite of the elite. What makes a purple belt to the brown belt the next step? It's being elite everywhere. It's being able to control all aspects of the game. It doesn't matter if it's a standing portion, the ground portion. They're not incomplete anywhere, but they're still rough around the edges. They still have small problems. They need that mentor to get them to the answer that they didn't know even needed to be answered. And once they have the brown belt polished, it's the black belt. Elio Gracie tied my black belt around my waist, and he said, just like Elio Gracie, my father told me, he goes, this is the real beginning. I had no idea what he meant. I was just happy, right? You're happy, you're ecstatic, you're a black belt. This is what you worked most of your life for. And then I realized, wait, what? It's the beginning. I'm a black belt 10 years now. So 10 years has passed, and I get it. I get it now. I get that there's so much to life. There's so much to Jiu Jitsu that it's ever evolving. And as you get older, it changes. How your relationship changes with people, what your goals change. It's the beginning. It can be the beginning every year if you allow it. So it's not technique, it's the concept. I always say the Jiu Jitsu lifestyle, arte suave, the concept behind that is just letting Jiu Jitsu make your life better. And if you can do that, then you'll be a black belt. And that's the concept from white to black.